Beloved son, beloved daughter, I call you by name because I know you deeply. Before the world knew you, I already loved you. Every breath you take is precious to me, for I formed you with purpose and tenderness. When you draw near to listen, all of heaven rejoices. It is never by chance that you arrive at this moment. The desire in your heart to hear my words is a sign that my spirit is already moving within you. You are not lost, you are being guided. You are not forgotten, you are being remembered in divine light. I see the times when you feel weary and uncertain. Even in those moments, you chose to come and listen. That choice pleases me more than you know. Each time you open your heart to my message, you open the door to greater peace, strength, and revelation. My child, I delight in your presence. You may not always feel worthy, but to me, you are a masterpiece. Every act of faith you take, even the smallest one, shines brighter than gold in my sight. Your listening is worship. Your stillness is praise. There are unseen angels around you whenever you pause to hear my voice. The atmosphere changes when you open your heart to me. Heaven leans closer, and my presence surrounds you like a gentle wind, calm, pure, and full of comfort. You might wonder if I truly notice you among so many souls, but hear me clearly, I do. I see when you rise and when you rest. I hear every silent prayer, every tear that falls when words fail. You are fully known and fully loved. I have watched you walk through days of confusion, yet you never stopped seeking me. Even when your faith trembled, you still believed enough to stay. That is the kind of faith that moves mountains. That is the faith that captures heaven's attention. Beloved, your willingness to listen is a sacred act. In a noisy world filled with distractions, you have chosen stillness. That stillness is where I speak most clearly. When your heart quiets, my voice grows louder within you. Do not think you need perfect words or flawless worship to reach me. What I cherish is your sincerity. I do not dwell in performance. I dwell in truth. When you come honestly, even with your doubts and fears, you bring me greater joy than any grand display. When you listen, you are not alone. My spirit rests upon you, filling the space around you with light. Every divine message you receive is a seed planted in your soul, destined to bloom in its perfect season. Beloved child, I see your journey. I know how hard you try to do what is right, even when no one notices. I see the effort behind your quiet prayers, the tears you wipe away in silence. All of it is sacred to me. None of it is wasted. Your faith, even when fragile, is powerful. It connects you to my heart. Every time you come before me, to worship, to listen, to simply be, you create a meeting place between heaven and earth. That is why I call your presence a magnificent gift. So, when you come before me, come boldly. Lift your head and remember that you are mine. You are not a stranger or a visitor. You are my beloved child, and I have been waiting for this moment of communion with you. Let this truth rest in your heart. Your listening pleases me, your presence delights me, and your worship moves the heavens. Continue to seek me, for I am near. The moment you turn your heart toward me, I am already there. Beloved, when you worship me, something sacred awakens in the unseen. Worship is not just a song or a gesture. It is the meeting of hearts. It is the language of the soul speaking to its Creator. Each word you whisper in love rises like incense before my throne. I do not seek perfection in your worship. I seek truth. When your heart is honest, your worship becomes pure, even if your voice trembles. The sincerity of your devotion carries more power than the greatest choir. It moves heaven because it comes from love. Every time you worship, light breaks through the shadows around you. You may not always see it, but the atmosphere changes. Chains that once bound your mind and heart begin to loosen. Peace begins to settle where fear once lived. That is the power of worship. It transforms. When you raise your hands, I take them as an offering of trust. When you close your eyes, I see the surrender within you. In those sacred moments, your spirit aligns with mine, and a river of divine strength flows from my heart into yours. Beloved child, understand this. Worship is not just what you do in moments of joy. True worship is when you still praise me through tears, confusion, or silence. That kind of worship carries a fragrance heaven cannot resist. It declares your faith even in the midst of storms. You do not have to strive to reach me. I am not distant. Every whisper of worship draws me closer. When you say my name with love, my presence fills the room. I delight in dwelling where I am adored, and I make my home in the hearts that welcome me. When you worship, I respond. My spirit surrounds you, and my angels encamp around you. In those moments, unseen battles are won, burdens are lifted, and the weight of the world begins to fade. You feel peace because I am near, and I never leave the worshiper's side. Many think worship is about giving me glory, and that is true, but what they often forget is that worship also heals you. Every time you lift your heart in praise, wounds begin to mend, faith begins to rise, and joy returns to its rightful place. Beloved, do not measure your worship by sound or volume. Measure it by surrender. Even in quiet reflection, when your heart says, "God, I trust you," that is worship. Even in silence, when tears fall but you still believe, that is worship. I hear it all. Your worship is a bridge. It connects heaven to earth. Every melody, every sigh of faith builds a pathway for my presence to reach you more fully. Through worship, your spirit learns my rhythm, your heart learns my peace, and your soul learns to rest. When you gather with others and worship together, your faith multiplies. The sound of unity invites my glory in greater measure. Where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, I am there, not as a distant observer, but as a father embracing his children. Beloved son, beloved daughter, I am not impressed by your performance. I am moved by your heart. When you worship, do not try to earn my love. You already have it. Worship is simply your response to the love that has always been yours. Continue to worship me, not because life is perfect, but because I am faithful. In your worship, you will find renewal. In your praise, you will find strength. In your surrender, you will find direction. I use your worship to shape you into who I created you to be. So lift your heart, my beloved. Worship freely, without fear or hesitation. Every moment of adoration is a seed planted in eternity. When you worship, heaven listens, angels move, and I, your God, your Father, your King, draw near to bless you beyond measure. Beloved son, beloved daughter, when you place me as king over your life, everything changes. I no longer stand at the door waiting. I sit upon the throne of your heart, guiding every step you take. My reign brings order to chaos and peace to confusion. To make me king is to choose surrender. It is to say, God, not my will but yours be done. This is not loss, this is freedom. For in surrender you exchange your burdens for my strength, your anxiety for my peace, and your uncertainty for my perfect plan. When I am king, your battles become mine. You no longer need to fight alone. I go before you to conquer what stands against you, and stand behind you to protect what I have promised. Every force that rises against you meets my authority first. Placing me as king means allowing my word to rule your thoughts. When my truth sits upon your mind, fear cannot. When my promises fill your heart, doubt loses its voice. My kingship brings clarity where confusion once lived, and hope where despair tried to dwell. My child, I do not seek to control you. I seek to lead you. My kingdom is built on love, not domination. I am a king who serves, a shepherd who guides, a father who protects. When I reign in your heart, my love governs your decisions and shapes your destiny. There will be moments when you are tempted to take back control, to lean on your own understanding. But remember this, your peace is found in letting me lead. When you trust my timing, you walk in divine rhythm, never too early, never too late. Beloved, as your king, I have already prepared a path before you. The doors you thought were closed will open in my name. The obstacles you feared will crumble under my authority. Nothing can stand against the one who walks under the covering of my reign. When you honor me as king, I honor you as my chosen one. I clothe you with spiritual strength. I surround you with divine favor, and I crown you with wisdom. Those who stand against you will see that my hand rests upon your life. My rulership is not harsh, it is healing. When I reign in your heart, I remove bitterness and replace it with forgiveness. I take away shame and clothe you in grace. I restore what was broken and breathe life into what you thought was beyond repair. To call me king is also to walk in authority. You are no longer a victim of fear, but a vessel of faith. The same power that raised Christ from the dead now lives in you. My kingdom flows through your words, your actions, and your very presence. My beloved, do not be afraid of surrender. You will lose nothing of true value when you let me rule. Instead, you will gain everything your heart has longed for: peace that stays, joy that endures, and love that never fades. As king, I promise to guide you in every decision. I will place divine wisdom in your spirit. When you face choices that seem uncertain, my voice will whisper, "This is the way, walk in it." I will never lead you astray, for your life is precious to me. When I am king, your story becomes a testimony. People will see how my light shines through your obedience. They will witness how my hand turns trials into triumphs, and how my presence turns ordinary days into divine encounters. So today, beloved, let me reign fully within you. Crown me not just with words, but with your trust, your choices, and your love. Let every part of your life reflect my kingdom: peace, mercy, and light. For when I am your king, nothing can stand against you, and every promise I have spoken will come to pass.